Fam, I'm back at you again with another video. My name is Lord Knows. Many of you know me as Zay Smooth. I'm going to do a video about the binary stars, and that's going to lead to different dialogues. It's going to be a slideshow on this one that I'm going to narrate because with the pictures, I think I can kind of make some of you understand the concept a lot more clear. Um, and I'm going to touch on things like the black woman, which is going to lead to like interracial subjects and things like that, and get my take on it. And I hope you guys enjoy this one, because this knowledge is deep, and I'm just going to kick a lot of dialogue on there, and I just want to say before I crank it up, for those of you like, dang, Zay, how I'm gonna get paid off stuff like this, what this gonna do, how this gonna change my life, how this gonna make me eat. Well, this knowledge ain't for everybody, but I believe that substantial knowledge will help you make better decisions to put you in better situations also. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is really targeted for the youth, the younger generation. Because if you want a real renaissance and you want real change, you got to target the youth. The youth is the future. They're the ones who are going to run this world. But the elites in power do, they aim at the youth. That's why you see a lot of our pop culture stars, doing, you know, fruity ass shit or whatever the case may be, because they're trying to social engineer, the future, make things tolerable and acceptable and so on and so forth. But the thing you have to realize and understand that I'm going to make clear on the video is that, a lot of you all lived before, and the elites that have the secret knowledge and power that know what I know and probably then some, they're not afraid to die, and they take everything through a transitional process that might take decades or centuries. The laws they have, they pass affect, us that's here in the future, and the ones they make not currently is going to affect our children, our youth in the future. That's going to affect you spiritually in the future, because long as you have seeds or siblings, you're a part of the creator that created you and the creator that created them. You're part of the essence. You're going through this spiritual journey just through different flesh. You know what I mean? It's a science behind that, and that's what these elites know. So they don't care if whatever rules they're making and things they're doing, if they don't see the action of the benefits what they put into play, because they know they're gonna reap them benefits in the future. You know what I'm saying? Through their offsprings. And so that's what we have to know. But I don't want to get too carried off on that. I'm about to narrate this slideshow for you all, so I hope you all enjoy. This is the Sirius star, the biggest star, brightest star in our galaxy. Our sun in our solar system rotates around the Sirius star, which is known as the dog star. It's in a constellation called Canis Major. Cain in Latin means like dog. Sometimes Latin words dog and God are used backwards. So it's relevant to words like Vatican means like father dog, father God. The Sirius star is represented by the Egyptian leader called Anubis. Anubis is a jackal. He has a jackal head and human body. Anubis is represented by a jackal to mummify the dead, because in that part of Nile River Valley, dogs bury bones. Horus, you might know by, is the sun, which you get the story of Jesus plagiarizes the story of Horus. He's the day walker. It's why you say hour, and in Spanish, hour is hora. So it all ties in together. These two stars are binary. They move around each other in different ages. The closer they get together in the golden age, which is around the Visca Piscis, is it causes energy of consciousness to the mind, where you have these different yugas. Um, you have different ages: bronze age, iron age, silver age. As you can see in the picture, one is red, one is orange. On the next picture, you'll see what it kind of symbolizes. A MasterCard, you ask the master for permission, but you see the two suns in the Visca Piscis in the center, which represents life, Virgo, Visa, Visca. It's subliminally that. You see the blue representing Sirius and the gold representing our sun. Most symbols are used by corporations, so it pays to discover this knowledge that I'm kicking. And you see the sun is the O for discover. And the Yanni fish in the Visca piscis is symbolic most Christians use because it represents life, fertility. The Yanni verse, and these are symbolic signs. Subliminally, you see dealing with the Yanni because all of life comes from the Yanni. The universe is female. And you can see a picture of Jesus in the middle of the Virgin, and as you can see with the Visca piscis, you see the Jesus fish or the Yanni fish, and you see a lot of symbols, which is the Yanni fish, symbolically that we don't realize that we represent all the time, but it plays on your subconscious of the mind, and you raise money and fund these different type things due to these symbols that trigger in the back of your subconscious. Now you see the Virgo, the Virgin, which is plagiarized Isis or Saul. As you see, the M is holding the Jesus fish, the Yanni, Mary holding Jesus, in other words, which is all this stuff is symbolic. And you see a before, after, and way after how the plagiarism through time mutates because the elites pray to the original, the Isis, the Black Shrine of the Black Madonna. And you see more symbols, the Gucci, the two C's represent 33 because C is the third alphabet, 33 for Chanel. The AN is under the Yanni because it represents heaven. On is an ancient heaven word. Orange is the new black, the two shoes with the two legs over the shoes, making the Yanni with the AN for heaven. Same thing. The train represents life coming out of the center. As you can see, the Visca piscis in the center with the train coming out, dealing with scenario. Series flag is the two stars, binary stars. Now, when you research, it may not say that. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I don't believe so because ISIS and Assyria all ties in together. And you see more symbols dealing with the Visca piscis in the Sirius star in reference to our sun. More plagiarism. Oscar, Osar. C makes an S sound. Osar, Osar. It could be that either way. Same thing with our ego, plagiarizing Haru, and that's on our dollar, like the hit now. All these symbolic stuff has to do with astrology. That's where it comes from. It aligns with secret society cults, which they worship that. As you see, the monster is really the owl. People think it's an M. No, it is an owl, and this is the owl that secret society sometimes represent, praise and glorify. And there's your monster sign. So when you see it, you know what it is now. Also, Subaru, the Pleiades stars, the seven sisters, which the pyramids in the Americas are lined up. The Maya pyramids are lined up of the Pleiades star, which is the Subaru symbol. So all this stuff is based on astrology, and you can research it yourself. This stuff is deep, and you can see how similar the ancients of Americas are identical to the ones of ancient Kemet. The apple is same thing with Visca piscis, is fertility. The Ouroboros is the universe. You see where he swallows his tail is in the center, in the Visca piscis. It's dealing with life, the universe. And you can see the similarity how Earth was pretty much populated with life. Same concept. Same thing with the fruit. The center, the vagina, the fruit is where the seeds is. The seeds always will create life. It represents sperm because when the seeds hit the womb, which is female, and it will produce life from the seeds, and they always come for the vagina because we all come out of a vagina, which is the black womb of the universe. It's a metaphor, and again, the black woman is a metaphor of God or goddess because they're creation of humanity. They birth. When you remove B from birth, you get earth, and all races and hues of colors comes from the black woman. The oldest bones are found in Ethiopia, and nowadays you have a lot of different races and white women that envy and mimic the black woman. So black women, this is also to build you up, to let you know to be proud who you are, be strong. These are the 6 days of Genesis, starting with Visca piscis, and it's Gene Isis. Everything is metaphoric. The 6th day you can see the flower life, which is very symbolic in a lot of places. They even see, if you ever research sacred geometry dealing with Mars, you see the flower of life. You see the real Trinity, man, woman, and child. They removed the woman out and put the Holy Ghost in so they can rule. People of power that don't know their power, they're hoodwinked with the knowledge. We're programmed to think less of ourselves and want to be accepted by others. And, we're molded and, we're taught religion and we're controlled by religion, but the ones that give it to us don't aren't as passionate about it as we are. And this plays on our subconscious as we, develop, that image is better than ourselves because we don't believe in ourselves, and we're always on our knees when it's time of confrontation. We can't be on our knees. We got to stand up and fight. When you stay on your knees, you get conquered because there's no white man in flip-flops with chicken wings on his back coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And by the way, that picture represents Jesus with the dog days of summer because it's white because the Sirius star. So even though you have these coons out here, it's all about the mind. Because you can have two black couples and they can have a child and they can be a coon and not for the people, So there's a lot of people mixing with different races and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me per se because it depends on the mind. So some of the greatest people that come from a mixed background, as you can see, are for us. But either way, white supremacists don't like the mixing because it's genocide for the Caucasoid. It's killing out their race. They're being bred out because their reproduction is not increasing and their death rate is for Caucasoid. But with mixing, it creates more melanated lives. So I don't worship death, and I don't advise you to worship death, because know who the elites are worshiping. The black womb. And because it's the giver of life, I embrace life. As you live, your heaven is here on earth. You got to make the most of your life instead of waiting for a third party. Black woman, know your strength. Know who you are. Know that the elites are praying to you. Be proud of who you are. Embrace your heritage, your color, your melanin, as you are envied. And this is the new Mary Jane for Spider-Man. As the social programming for black women to be accepted, but mostly by the white men, because a lot of our brothers don't accept. My brother-in-law put me up on this movie Live by Night, which was very good, but these movies here is just a representation of the black woman being admired. And some of these great minds and directors have black women. They have the treasure. Before, it was a time that the black woman wouldn't deal with the white guys. But, some of these coons, they'll settle for women white dude wouldn't even mess with. But, as some of these white guys say, they got the trophy. We have to know that we have the trophy. And, and build and be about family and unison and coming together. So that was one thing I wanted to do and share with you on the slide, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just like to close off like this, sisters, stop letting these brothers upset you, you know what I'm saying? And brothers, we gotta get our mind right. And you guys gotta appreciate and value, what's there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's somebody for everybody, and some people can't choose who they are or what they are. But the problem I have is when brothers are down and sisters because they're dark skinned or melanated, or just on the fact that they're black, because over the years of the programming and the social engineering, there was times that a lot of sisters wouldn't do white guys, and there was times a lot of white guys wanted the black woman the whole time around, but a lot of them wouldn't take them home because they would lose inheritance or their family would cut them off. You know what I mean? But what's going on? This so-called global warming. I mean, the Earth is supposed to get warm because it moves. It's the age of Aquarius. It will flood, but the radiation is affecting a lot of Caucasoid birth rates, and it's all about bloodline and DNA. And a lot of time of your survival, you have no choice but to mix. So it's survival for the fittest. I mean, shoot, and why a lot of our population is trying to be cut back. They're feminizing a lot of the black males and all these single black ladies out here. What do you think is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? These people gonna come sweep up these sisters, man, cause y'all tripping. We being programmed to be feminine. I mean, you watch WWE, the Bootios, and the New Era, whatever that group name is, you know, and you see Westbrook, you know, being probably gag ordered to wear some silly ass shit. You know, you see him wearing feminine clothes, but you know they was hating on Iverson when he was, you know, dressing fresh. You know, so this is the stuff we got to deal with. You know, and I mean, it's. I just want y'all to just pay attention to what's going on because it's about awareness. But you know, I'm gonna make more videos to touch on things and go deeper. But this was my first time doing the slide, and you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I just hope you know, I just, you know, just put a little aroma under your noses and stuff like that, you know, under the comments on Facebook when I post it there, or if I post this on YouTube, you know, feel free, feel welcome to express yourself, speak your mind, you know, we can kick the dialogue. Lord Knows. Some of y'all know me as Zay Smooth, and I'm out.